Hi guys, it is April from Getting Hooked with It. Today I'm here to share with you a haul revisit. We're going back, way back to April of 2018, looking at all of the books that I bought then, and I have to choose one and put it on my April TBR. So let's get into it. I bought 14 books last April. I read 5 of them, and so I have 9 left. I didn't donate any of the 5 that I read because they were all so good. So I got 9 left, and I have to choose from those 9. But let's begin with the hauls themselves. The first haul, I bought Catch-22, which is a classic. It's meant to be kind of funny, and yet a war novel. So I don't know how that works, like how those two things come together. But it's meant to be really good. It's a classic. I should read that at some point. Another book that I got was The Orchid House. This is, I think, by Lucinda Reilly. Is that right? Oh no. Or is it Susanna Kearsley? Oh no. In any case, this is one of those Kate Morton-esque books that I still haven't picked up. There's a few authors that I have on my shelves that I reserve for times that I feel like reading something Kate Morton-y, and I don't have a Kate Morton. However, so far I've always had a Kate Morton to read, so I've just gone and read her. But that is going to be soon ending because I only have 2 more Kate Mortons left. So The Orchid House, I believe, is about a violinist. And it's always, you know, going back and forwards in time, solving a little mystery, but it's very much like a light mystery. So there's that. I also picked up Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine, and I freaking loved that book. That was one of the best books that I read last year. I just fell in love with Eleanor. I don't think you can help yourself, even though at the beginning you're like, she's not very nice. Like, she's not the most pleasant person at the beginning. But as you peel back her layers and as she allows you to peel back her layers, you just understand her more and you just care so much for her. So I read that. I am keeping that. No one can, you know, pry that book from my hands. I also picked up The Lightkeepers Daughter, and this one also sounds a little Kate Morton-y in the sense that it's about 2 girls. I think they're girls. They are friends, and one of the girls, her father, I believe, passes away. Could be wrong about that, but she finds her father's diaries from the war. World War II, he was involved in World War II, and she finds these diaries and kind of dives into his life at that time. So I think it's one of those books where you're going back and forwards in time again. I love that stuff. The Good People by Hannah Kent is another book that I got last year in April, and I really enjoyed her first book, Burial Rites. I feel like I'm questioning myself all the time. I don't know why I'm doing that. This is her follow-up to that book. And I believe this is about a little town where there's a boy who I believe is mute or something along those lines, and the town treats him like he's a changeling. So I'm not fully, I don't fully understand what the entire plot is about, but Hannah Kent is such an atmospheric kind of writer. Burial Rites was set in Iceland, and you could feel the cold, and I just really loved her writing style, so I'm so happy that I have that one. I got The Trouble with Goats and Sheep by Joanna Cannon, which was, again, one of the best books I read last year. I don't know if that one made it to my top 10 last year, but I almost think I should have put it on it. It is about 2 little girls who are best friends, and it's like the sweltering summer, and it all takes place in the summer, They go door to door to chat with their neighbors because one of their neighbors has disappeared and they want to get to the bottom of it. But they're also little girls like having a summer. And each neighbor that they meet, you learn a little bit of something about the neighbor and also about the neighborhood and the vibes in that neighborhood. It's really good. This is layered with secrets. It's also funny at times. I really adored that book. And Lying in Wait is another book that I got in that particular haul. That book is about a couple who kills a woman and they cover it up. I think they bury her in their back garden. So this is a romance. No, it's totally a thriller, which sounds great. And she also wrote Unraveling Oliver, which I adored. I thought that book was fantastic. So really love her writing style. And for thrillers, it's really hit or miss. Like, I don't know if you feel that way, where sometimes they'll pick up a thriller and it's like written really fantastically. And so you have to like follow that author, because then you'll pick up others and you're just like, how did this get published? What? Anyway, I trust this author. So there's that one. And then I did a whole other haul also in April. And that, in that haul, I picked up The Perfect Nanny, which is probably not something I should read right now. It's about a nanny that kills the children. Like, you find out that she's killed the children that she takes care of at the very beginning of the book. And then you're kind of going backwards in time to find out why she killed the children. I don't know if there's a good enough reason that killing children would ever be okay or make it okay, but you go back and find out why and what the circumstances were. I've heard that this is less of a thriller than more of a drama. That's what a lot of people say. This isn't straight up thriller, but I think I would enjoy it. I just don't know if I would enjoy it right now. I just started watching on Netflix The Disappearance of Madeline Miller, and that's kind of difficult for me right now, so I don't know if that type of storyline is good for me at the moment. One True Loves is another one I got by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Now, I think that she, as an author, had a bit of a shift after The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. She started writing historical fiction. Before that, she wrote contemporary with a little bit of romance in it, and One True Loves falls into that category. It is about a woman whose I think fiance dies. She thinks he dies. She moves on with her life, finds out that her fiance is actually alive, and now she's dating a guy, and what does she do? In the Vines is another book that actually Amazon sent me, and I really have to read this one because, first of all, it sounds fantastic. It's set on a like seaside estate. Perfect for summer, if I'm being honest. Seaside estate where we're following a woman whose aunt is a little bit psychotic, I think, and she's learning about her mother's history. Her mother has just died. She's learning about her mother's history through her aunt, who I think is psychotic. So that's creepy. So I've got that one. Anger. This is about the emotion anger, which I'm not perfect with. I don't know if I'm getting better either, but I can act like a little toddler sometimes. And since I'm soon going to have a toddler, I should probably be able to sort that out before I have a toddler. Yeah, so this one is all about anger and how to deal with that emotion and where it stems from and what it's about. And yeah, because anger, there's always other emotions that are hiding behind anger, which I have definitely realized about myself. Is never really anger. It's usually like sadness. And I don't want to feel sad, so I'll get mad instead. Anyway, so there's that. I also got The Lifeboat, and I read this one and really liked it. Like, I really, really enjoyed it. It is about a boat that goes down, and it really follows the survivors at sea in this lifeboat and how they interact with one another. This takes place in the early 1900s. There are people of all different classes in this lifeboat, and so you're watching this class system as well as the people. Like, does class exist when you're in a lifeboat? Like, if it was me, I'd just throw that out the window, but that is a different time where class really mattered in a way that it doesn't as much now. It still matters, but it was just a whole other level at that time. I liked it a lot, but it has really bad ratings on Goodreads, and I really think that should change because I thought it was fantastic. And then the Book of Negroes is next up, and I read that and loved it. Oh, it's Canadian fiction. Yes, and it is about Aminata, who we follow from her childhood in Africa when she is literally kidnapped by slave traders. She's meant to, you know, march all the way to the sea, and she loses her parents. She gets on a slave ship, and she's sent to America. But we follow her on that journey, but also after that, she's, you know, ends up all over the world, really. We meet her when she's an old woman living in England. Such a fascinating story. A chunker, but you're so, just so hooked and so caring about Aminata that you need to know what happens to her. I needed to know what happened to her. And then the last one I also read, and that is The Woman in the Window by AJ Finn. Ooh, there's so much drama about that. I'm gonna link that video that I did where I talked about my perspective on the AJ Finn drama. But I really enjoyed The Woman in the Window. I thought it was really well written. The concept itself was, yes, kind of stolen from Rear Window, but I was totally gripped by the whole story. It's about a woman who stays in her home, she drinks a lot, and she spies on the neighbors, and one day she sees the neighbor do something really scary, and she feels like she needs to report it. She also feels like she needs to get involved. And the story kind of goes from there, and I really liked it. So those are all of the books that I picked up last April, and now I have to choose one. And I have to tell you, I just kind of skimmed through the list of books from last year, and this was pretty instant which book I was going to choose. There were some amazing books here, but I instantly knew. I'm not hemming and hawing this time. I'm going to read Lying in Wait by Liz Nugent. And this is the one about the two people, the couple who kill someone and bury her in their back garden. I just think it's going to be great. I really do. I got an advanced reader's copy from Goodreads, of all places. I was very happy because it looks like a lot of fun, and I just love her writing so much. And I don't know, with thrillers, sometimes I have a hard time taking the risk of reading a new author when I'm really not guaranteed to like it, but I know that I like her writing, so I think I'm in good hands. Let me know in the comments below, have you read this one? Let me know about that. Also, let me know, were you hoping that I'd pick up something else? I feel like a lot of people would have been hoping that I'd pick up The Perfect Nanny. I just right now don't know if I can. I don't know. So I'm gonna read this instead. I hope you guys are doing well, and I will talk with you soon. Okay? Bye, guys.